You know how people say that being kind is cool? Well, it really is. And there is this one story that I absolutely love that shows just how cool being kind can be. The young man was very hardworking and kind, always helping others in the community. One day he decided to go to the city to see his friend who he hadn't seen in a long time. So he bought a goat and some vegetables from a local farmer and set off on his journey. This story is about a young man who lived in a small village in India with his mother. The old man asked for water, so the young man stopped to help him. He gave the old man some water from his goat's trough and even offered to carry him on his back. And that's exactly what he did. When they got to the other side, the man asked, "Hey, young man, can you guess what I was carrying on my back?" The young man thought for a moment and then said, "Well, you were either carrying a sack of potatoes or a sack of grain. By helping others without expecting anything in return, we can make the world a better place for ourselves and everyone around us." The man laughed and said, No, I was carrying your goat." The young man couldn't believe it. He thought the man had tricked him, but then he saw the grateful smile on the man's face and realized that it didn't matter. But the old man refused, saying that he was too heavy. And when he stopped to ask what was wrong, the person told him that he had lost his little goat and asked for help to find it. And wherever he went, people will remember him for his thoughtfulness and generosity. The young man asked where the goat had gone, and after listening, he said that he knew exactly where it was. You never know whose life you might change for the better. He took the man to the riverbank and pointed out where the goat was swimming. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't still do good things, because the happiness we feel from helping others is all the reward we need. Then they both went over to the other side together. Instead, the old man asked for a little straw from the young man's bag, which he gladly provided. Share your story in the comments below. And if you like this story, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching. On the way to the city, he met an old man by the side of the road. After tying the straw to the old man's ankle, the young man continued on his way. Soon he came across a river, but there was no bridge, so he had to carry his goat across. The young man refused at first, but then he thought, well, I'm going to sacrifice it anyway tomorrow, so why not let her have it now? So he gave the goat to the woman and continued on his journey. And when he looked closely, he realized it was his little goat that had been stuck in the mud and couldn't get out. With the help of the young man, he was able to pull the goat out of the mud, and the two friends were reunited. While walking in the river, he met a woman who was getting water from the river. She asked if she could carry the goat for him, and he agreed. When they reached the other side, the woman asked if she could have the goat because she needed one for a sacrifice the next day. As he was walking, he heard someone crying. There the man noticed a strange lump in the riverbed. The man was so grateful for the young man's kindness that he insisted on paying him back by taking him across the river on his back. And here's the thing. From that day on, the young man continued to be kind to everyone he met. So this story teaches us that being kind is really cool, because you never know who you meet or what kind of positive impact you can have on their lives. It also shows us that sometimes people might not recognize our kindness right away. So let's all try to be more like the young man in this story, always ready to lend a hand to those in need. Now I want to hear from you. What's the kindest thing you've ever done?